Social media and human trafficking. The Ohio Attorney General asked a team of researchers from the University of Toledo to look into the link between the two. Tonight, we lay out some of the warning signs they discovered that parents need to hear.
Technology is now an active part of parenting.
The University of Toledo Human Trafficking and Social Justice Institute is working to get its findings into as many hands as possible.
We will not accept research that is for the sake of knowledge, just to put it in a book so it can gather dust on a shelf.
Here's what they found. Predators are evolving with technology, and there are specific things they're looking for.
You identify a young person's vulnerabilities, and then you exploit those vulnerabilities so that you can then exploit that person. That's not going to change, no matter what website or, whatever you download and use.
You guys were able to pinpoint the phrasing, the posts that people put out there. Can you describe that to me? I mean, like this list that nobody gets me, I'm not pretty, people don't like me.
I mean, those are universal emotions that young people have developmentally. I mean, everybody has them to a degree. Somebody who's vulnerable, it's going to be more pronounced. When you're saying those things on social media, and it may be that sentence, or it may be sentences similar to that, but the underlying emotion is there, and we all have them. That's when traffickers can identify those particular vulnerabilities and capitalize on them.
Her team posed as a teen girl in a chat room. Within 10 minutes, that girl was asked if she wanted to receive explicit pictures and if she could send them.
So you go from stranger to stranger to stranger FaceTiming. And there's a lot of nudity on those websites. And what happens is that youth are also experimenting. They're like in the development, they're experiencing with, I want to feel wanted, and is this how I am going to get it? It's easy for traffickers to then go and say, okay, well, you're getting naked online. Well, do you want to be making money doing this?
It's not all scary, and we have to keep them away from all these things. We have to guide them through these things because they're going to do it. They're going to get on technology.
That guiding starts with open communication.
Because if you just become a fearmonger, don't do that. You're going to get raped and kidnapped and killed. Well, your child has been on some of these websites, and guess what? They weren't raped and kidnapped and killed. They could be, and you know that. But if you just go in with the fear-based type of conversation, then your child's going to turn off.
And it's not just a one-and-done conversation.
I mean, if you think about ways that parents have conversations with their kids all the time, about getting their homework done, about completing chores and instilling the values and morals that you wish to as a parent, that isn't a one conversation type deal, just like this isn't either.
Coming from a Toledo mother who's been caught up in trafficking most of her life, a powerful message.
Just stick to your guns and know where they're going. You gotta watch them, track them, watch their phones, track their phones, everything, because it's more easier now with the internet than when it was my time I was doing things. We didn't have the internet like this, so.
Tonight at 11, we hear more from that Toledo woman. Her story is difficult to hear, but it sheds light on some of the warning signs. It's one parents need to pay attention to. You've likely heard about human trafficking on the news. It's something, though, that seems otherworldly. Surely this couldn't happen here, but it does. I sat down with a woman in Toledo who shares her painful story with a plea for parents.
Somewhere is a child that is being forced to go sleep with a man for money, and she does not want to.
It's a startling statement, but one Laureen says with the jarring confidence of personal experience.
Because I was kidnapped, and I know that you could be kidnapped just by walking down the street. I was walking down Monroe and Jefferson and was kidnapped by two guys.
It's been more than 30 years since she ran away from home and got caught up in a lie.
He promised me he would help me, and he did. He let me stay with him. He bought me clothes and shoes and bought me food, and then all of a sudden, I had to do a favor one day, and if I didn't do it, he threatened my mom and my kids, and so I did it. And after that, it became an everyday thing. He would take me to truck stops, to hotels, because I didn't want to do it, so he like hooked me on drugs. And then I had no choice to do it to keep the drug habit going.
It took her kids asking her why she was never there to really change her life. And now she has a message for parents.
If you're not speaking with your kids and talking to your kids, you need to, because they most likely want to tell you something, but it's kind of hard if you think your mom and dad's going to judge you.
That's one of the key takeaways from a recent University of Toledo study.
Kids will paint the picture you want because they're interested in pleasing their parents. They'll paint that picture of perfection.
Dr. Celia Williamson is the director of the Human Trafficking and Social Justice Institute. Her research has found parents have to find the middle ground between being a parent and a friend.
That means you allow your child to communicate with you and tell you what's really happening and who they're really hanging out with and where they're really going online. And when you have that type of relationship, then you can guide, then you can protect.
Because that's why I was afraid of my mom. My mom was a teacher, so I was so afraid of letting her down.
We often imagine someone lurking near a playground or a school, searching out victims. But now, more than ever, sexual predators are hiding behind computer screens.
That's when traffickers can identify those particular vulnerabilities and capitalize on them. You know, I don't think I'm pretty. How do I look? Look at my new hairstyle, look at my new dress, look at my new shoes. Those are all saying, tell me I'm pretty, because I'm not sure. And a trafficker can step in and say, you are pretty.
Her research associate Ryan Kuntz stresses the importance of privacy settings on social media.
You put out something on your public Facebook, I want to be picked up, and somebody's there to pick you up. It's great connection for some people if it's not used for the negative avenues.
This evolution is something Laureen has witnessed.
A good friend of mine, her daughter just got caught into this that lifestyle, but I was able to help her because I told her, see, you need to see what your daughter is doing on the internet, and what she was doing was going to meet random men off the internet, and they were giving her money for sex, and she was only 15 years old. So her mom never even knew it, because she was too busy.
Now she's working to break the cycle.
We spend time together, go out to movies and dinner and birthday parties. But at one time, I couldn't do any of that because I was ashamed and embarrassed. But I'm not anymore, so, you know, there's a lot of hope.
If you missed part one of this story, it laid out some of the warning signs and more of that research. We've posted that and some helpful links and tools for parents. It's all on NBC24.com right now.